First, we'll just start with simple. What's your name and how old are you?
Eduardo Rodriguez. I'm 70 years old. Last week.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
I don't know. I don't have one. It's too long ago to remember. The childhood. I can't really think of nothing. Should have gave me some questions so I could think about them in advance.
Maybe we could try it again later tonight if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just keep going now.
Okay.
What was your first job?
My first real job, other than paperboy, which is my first real job, was at Baisley's Meat Market, downtown Pontiac, when I was in high school. Used to take the bus there when I was on co-op. You know, I had the co-op. I don't know if you know what that is, but you work and go to school, then you work part-time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I worked there when I was 15. My first real job. I had to get a work permit because I wasn't 16 yet. So I had parents that assigned it.
What did you make per hour?
Oh, $1 something an hour. I think $1.15 maybe. Then I got it raised to $1.30. I think, I don't know, something like that. It was low.
Yeah.
Then lunchtime on Saturdays I used to work a full day. We used to go to across the street to get corny dogs, 10 cents each. That was cheap back then. 10 cents each, and I think it was 10 cents for a pop. 30 cents I could have lunch, which is cool.
Okay, tell me about your parents and siblings. What are their names?
My mom's Conception Garcia, born in St. Paul, raised in St. Paul. Grandparents in St. Paul, aunts and uncles in St. Paul on her side. My dad's Pablo Rodriguez, born in Houston, raised in Mexico. I think he was like 12. Then moved back to Houston, and he had 8 in his family as well. And they were all born in Houston. I think his mom used to go up there just so they can get a citizenship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they eventually, I think they all moved to the United States except for 2. My Uncle Tony and my Aunt Saya, they stayed in Mexico. And then my siblings, I had one brother, Wingo, who passed away a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. 3 sisters, Sandy, Olga, and Becky. Or Olga, Sandy, and Becky, age-wise. Had a brother named Manny, who passed away at 2 years old, spinal bifida. Too many operations, and then he ended up catching pneumonia, and then that was it. 2 years old. I have fond memories of him, but it was, vague memories.
Mm-hmm.
So I was only 4 at the time, so many moons ago.
So he was younger than Olga?
Yeah. Him and Olga were a year apart, me and Olga were 11 months apart. So, yeah, boom, boom, boom.
And what about Wingo? How far apart were you guys?
2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That was because my dad was in Korea.
Mm.
Yeah, so.
Okay, cool. How did you meet your spouse?
First one or the second one?
Let's hear both.
Well, your mom, I met her. We kind of grew up together in a way. We lived on Goring Street. They lived on Sanford, and there was a park in between our houses. But we used to all hang out in the park, and so I knew her mom and dad, and all her siblings, and everybody used to hang out. But then really didn't reconnect with her until high school, because we moved out when I was 10 years old from that neighborhood, and they stayed in that house. And I don't know when they moved to Liberty Street, but
I think she was a junior.
I
think she was a junior when that happened.
Junior high school?
Because she said she walked to school her senior year to Northern.
That was a long walk.
Yeah.
Central was closer.
Yeah, it was right up the street.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then, so I reconnected with her in high school. And we I think I was 1 year older, or 1 grade above her, 1 year older. And I think we started dating when I graduated, and she was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mary, my current spouse, I met her from when I worked at the tech center. My credit union was across the street, local 160 credit union. She was young then. But she worked there, and that's how I met her.
Describe your first date with Mary.
My first date with Mary. Well, actually, we had went out to lunch and met a few times, but they weren't dates. They were just hanging out, friend things. But the first real date was like, she came back to work after getting married and divorced and having her 2 kids. She came back to work, so we reconnected, and then we had lunch. And then later on that week or next week, whatever, she texted me. I was at the casino. She was home by herself. Kids were with their dad. So she wanted to go do something, so I went and picked her up. So that was probably like our first date.
Who are your children, and what are you most proud of us for?
I have Raquel, it's my oldest, born in 72. Marisa, born in 74. Andrea, born in 76. And as far as most proud of, I'm not proud of all 3 of my daughters. First of all, they're very independent, all of them. And they all moved out of state, which I suggested to them. I said, there's a lot of big world out there. You don't have to stay here in Michigan. And they all did that. They all moved out. California, Hawaii, Australia, some really nice places to live. Yeah, pretty much that's about it. I'm mostly proud about the fact that they're independent.
Okay, this is more about you. What's your favorite movie and why?
My favorite movie probably is Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't know. I like this action. I like action. I like all the actors that are in it. It's history. It's about the war. Not 100% factual, but of course. But yeah, it was a great movie. I love that movie. I watched it several times. I'd probably keep watching it several more times.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Young Frankenstein.
Well, Young Frankenstein would be my all-time favorite comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't beat that for laughs. It's non-stop laughter in that.
That's a good one. Okay. What are you most proud of yourself?
The fact that I started General Motors, went to college right out of high school, and my goal was to work for General Motors and retired out of there, which I ended up doing after 31 years, and become skilled trade, so I make more money, worked a lot of overtime, having 3 daughters, no sons, but that'd have been fun too, but 3 daughters is great. I'm happy about that.
Okay. What is one story from your life that would shock me?
I don't know. Probably a lot of things. I don't know. I can't finger point one. Some stuff I probably would never tell.
That's okay.
And Timmy, he knows. He doesn't know. He can feel it though. He'll push his way in a minute.
Okay, last question. What advice can you offer based on your life experiences?
Well, first of all, work hard. You don't get nothing for nothing. And that I would recommend that for anybody, especially younger. You got to work hard to get ahead if you want to do things and see things and have things. So no one's going to give you nothing. You got to earn it. So the best way to earn it is to work hard, learn things, study, try to get ahead in the world. There's several opportunities, thousands of opportunities, but you got to go after them. No one's going to give them to you. You got to work hard for them. Be successful. There's a lot of people out there successful. You just look around at all these big ass houses that have been built all over the country. $500,000 and up. You can't buy those working, minimum wage. You gotta have, you gotta hustle. You gotta make things work.
Yep. Cool.
That's it.
Well, that's all I got for now. Cause I
Yeah.
gotta write
What's that
them
one
down.
that you want?
Your favorite childhood memory?
Wow. I don't know. What's my neighbor?
Push cut.
Oh.